minute timings and burst out onto the map. Who's got this? Will they make it happen for themselves? The Cut need one game to start the journey back to the upper division. 5RATFORCESTAFF need this one game to show that they are here to play and they themselves can also get into the upper bracket. The upper division beckons. More DPC Dotas coming. Let's get into it. It's game 3. And of course, we're probably going to have the customary showdown that turns into nothing at the beginning. Very sad for Wingblade. We're not going to have that very early madness that you've been demanding.
Maybe one day. I mean, they are gathering up. This could mean something. But I reckon the rats don't really want to fight level 1 because their heroes are absolute trash level 1.
30 seconds to battle.
There's not a single hero that does anything on their lineup.
I mean, they have Bushwhack. Yeah, nothing happens. Literally just be a waste of mana. And look like the Cut actually have some recognition of this. They're rotating some heroes over. They might decide to make the low dive. Okay, why are they tipping B-God here? I wonder what happened. Probably an internal talk.
Pingo may want to go for it.
Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. We'll just take a little bit of damage from Overlom and Italiano Gangster. So 2-2 standard trade, normal way to start out this game. And we will be witnessing the third game here and witnessing a very classic matchup. Queen of Pain versus the Puck. Super skill-based matchup. Nico has been leveling up slowly but surely throughout this series. Will he hit his final form here, Wingblade? Will he win this matchup? Because it does always feel to be super skill-based, so whoever's just feeling a bit fresher on the day has the advantage. But Kits has been playing so well today in this lane every single time that he's gone into Nico.
Yeah, it should be fun. We'll keep an eye on it, but I think the most action is probably gonna be on this bottom lane, I would say. Because you have the Hoodwink Pango, and both of these heroes just love making plays.
Plays can certainly happen on this side of the map. Scourge McDuck, of course, will just be trying to stay solid with as much sustain as humanly possible. But you need to be very cognizant of these levels being accrued, because level 3 gets really scary. On the top lane, some of the scariness just starts earlier for the Night Stalker. One of the reasons they're gonna be happy at the very least for the Cut is just having this Night Stalker into PL in this laning phase. He's being backed up by this Omni Knight, but not that much harass potential to emerge here from the 5RATFORCESTAFF. So it does feel like the impetus for things happening on this side of the map has to come from the Cut.
Yeah, it's become such a normal thing to just have a carry and a defensive support in a lane, be it the Omni or Abaddon. Just one of these kinds of heroes to just secure the farm for your carry.
Yep. Playing the proper support here. Doing things nice and slow. And I think we're also going to be having a
Warlock. I missed that hero.
Warlock. Oof. That hero is fun to play. I think one of the most fun spells in the entire game of Dota 2 is Upheaval, honestly. Like, the effect is so hilarious. Whenever you've been channeling it long enough, everyone's just walking around doing nothing. It's super fun. And of course, we actually see a lot of situations these days where sometimes you're like, man, Fatal Bonds would be nice in that fight.
Yep.
Sadly, we don't really see that hero emerge all that often. Nowadays, it's all about the Snapfire, it's all about Banes, it's all about Ogres. These sorts of heroes to make sure that they just get you this clean start to the game.
In EU, we see a lot of Monkey King support as well, which I think is a very fun hero to watch. It hasn't been too popular here.
South Africa as well.
A lot of damage coming out in this bottom lane, but Tingle King, he has a bottle and a salve. He's more than fine on the regen front.
Yep. He still didn't even trigger out the Swashbuckle, so 100% able to keep himself completely topped up. We're not going to have any worries for him down bottom. They're the ones that want to turn around and do some stuff. And top lane, Giants took a little bit of damage here from Overlom, but the turnaround might be there from DNM. Fire Snap Cookie tosses him forward. One more right click. Giants ran away. Didn't want to stick around for it. Oh, got zoned back by Italiano Gangster. They could have had the first blood. They show their hand here from the Cut, but they fail to get the kill. So it stays at 0-0. No bonus goal just yet.
And this Omni Knight even skilled a point in Degen Aura. My goodness. the literal worst spell in Dota.
Oh gosh. All right. Take your bet here, Wingblade. How many points of Degen Aura are we getting?
I
We're
feel
just
like
gonna
this
get
is
this
the
one
final
value
one.
point. Yeah,
Yep.
I also think so. This spell is awful. It's terrible. It's one of the worst in the game.
I'm all in for your shenanigans,
But
Dante.
it will help keep him alive in this situation because it makes it harder for them to do the fire snap quickly play onto him. And in the middle, we take a quick look back here. It is very, very even between these two heroes. Generally, as expected, when both players are in similar degrees of form, playing well, it's quite hard to make your advantage felt just from the mid lane itself. A lot of the advantage will come from these first rotations. Which of these heroes is going to be first off the mark is the question, but at the same time, Overlom, will he finally die? DNM trying to chase him, but not going to happen. It's fine. Italiano Gangster thinking about putting more damage onto Giant, but not enough damage really. Overlom came too close, eats a void, and the purification will be there to just dissuade DNM from chasing. And there's a lot of poking and prodding in this top lane, but no kills just yet. So it's still a very static early game. But I was going to talk about this Puck with the crop matchup. Who do you think is going to make the first rotation, and where do you think it's most important that they go?
I mean, Puck is a little bit more likely to rotate just because of the Dream Coil and the ability to keep enemy heroes in place. But a lot is going to depend on two things. One is going to be the runes spawning, and the other one is going to be like any kind of dives on your teammates, because that tends to be a really nice time to rotate as well. I don't think either one of the heroes has a specific plan, like I'm gonna wait until minute X and then go to this in this lane. I'm just gonna make it depend, and we see Overlom fall in the top lane. Poor guy. Finally bit the dust.
Yeah, they got to
and
chase him
kids.
down super slowly, and they might want to put more
coming
pressure
top.
out onto Italiano Gangster. He's trying to juke. Scatterblast misses entirely. Nice dodge out, but the Sonic Wave showing up. Kids will make the first big rotation. He's not waiting for the dives. He's going to make it himself, and DNM from an early first blood into a double kill. This top lane now going a lot better for the side of the cut. And Kit's very happy with himself for showing up at the correct moment to make life as difficult as possible for the PL.
And for me, by proving me completely wrong. Thanks, kids.
I mean, bottom, everyone's just chilling, just farming up. You know, Tingle King, just like, meh, I don't care about fighting. No, the Scourge McDuck. And Kits had a plan, knew exactly what he wanted to do. Shows up, makes things happen, and also makes sure that Wingblade gets some of the excitement that he wants. And now Dreamcoil, though, triggered out. They want to get immediate revenge here. Bushwhack dragging him back before the Dreamcoil expires. Waning Rip prevents the blink away. Do they have the damage? No, they don't. 30 HP. They might want to chase onto the high ground here, but it's a bit risky of a play. Because just goes to scout things out, encounters Pingu, and will know to back off. That was so close. They almost lost Kits there. It would have been huge if they did, but beautiful play to keep himself alive. And I'm not sure if he had how many one charges he had in that situation, but definitely happy that he had the item to keep him alive.
And he buys raindrops as well. He's like, that was too exciting for me. Never again.
Once and never again. Once and no more. As top. DNM wants to go on another round onto Italiano Gangster. Triggers out the void onto this PL. He's chilling behind the tower. But look who's shown up. It's Kits. No access to the Sonic Wave, but might not need it. Waiting around for another 18 seconds might be a long time though. Especially since they did scout out this move with this Observer Ward. And Kit is like, yeah, this feels a bit difficult, feels a bit rough. Let me at least farm a camp or two while I'm at it. And oh, look, I get rewarded by an Arcane Ring. That's nice. I'm happy with this if I'm playing Queen of Pain.
Nico didn't have mana to rotate, but he's back in base now, so if he wants to, they can try and make something happen, because the coil is up. But nah, he just TP's mid. He's like, I'm a mid player, I want my farm, so... You and your top
That's
lane
what they
can
do.
be damned.
Do your own defense, top lane. Gosh, stop being so greedy.
Ooh, Italiano
Lie yourself for
Gangstar.
once.
He is in trouble.
Trouble. Oh, he is. While he's not in trouble anymore, he's very safe inside the fountain right now. Nothing can hurt him. As Kits just removes him from play. I'm not even sure they needed to commit the Sonic Wave, but they wanted to make 100% sure there were not going to be any doppelganger plays. No weird escape situations, so they just get the straight up kill. And this is a complication. 5RATFORCESTAFF definitely feel like they're being put under pressure with how often they've now lost this PL. So they're going to employ Nico to get busy on the map. Rolling Thunder at the ready. Swashbuckle scouts out this Bloodseeker. Will they find the Dream Coil? He does manage to skirt away behind the trees, and Nico misses the spell. Bushwhack will connect, but very unlikely that they want to continue this initiation. Scourge McDuck with the sidesteps, stands completely alive, doesn't lose his life, and a wasted rotation for Nico the first time that this puck moves off this mid lane.
It's looking very rough for the Rats right now. Because it's looking even rougher for Pingu.
Can't run. You know why I can't run here, Wingblade? Okay, never mind, he survived. If he died, I was gonna make a joke that DJ and Aura best spell in the game. That's why I couldn't move away, but...
Yeah. Maybe next time.
Asrog, please buff DJ and Aura so we can talk positively about this spell. It's been a long time since it's had any use on this hero.
Night
They also managed to come back.
for trouble. He has the ulti.
But I don't think does he have enough damage to do anything here? I mean, they don't have the Sonic Wave yet on Queen of Pain. She is nearby. They do have Morty's kisses though, as potential jump onto Nico. Nice swashbuckle. Rolling Thunder also going to merge with the Single King. Who do they want first? Nightstalker going in with the Dark Ascension and the Crippling Fear. They manage to get the kill onto Overlord and Single King. The hard counter play finally emerges. Rupture onto Pango. Immediate death onto him. He can't escape either because the Blood Ride shows that Kits has an easy way to find a double kill. And they find the multi-cast stun on the puck. Nico gets away for a moment, but unfortunately only sets up for a triple kill for this Kit Queen of Pain. Huge Sonic Wave will come out on the target. As two supports gone, the mid lane are gone. At this point, given how hard he's counted, it feels like he's gonna be a support for a long time under Tingle King Pango. Big fight for the cut, because they also get the tier 1 tower mid as they do it.
And it's now a 3k lead, 7-0. And I'm not sure if the Rats have a good way of getting any kind of ganks to get back into this game, because the Pango plus the Hoodwink, it's not really the most reliable rotation duo, and Omni Knight is a creep. So that definitely doesn't help either.
I mean, at least he's a golden creep, you know?
At least he's doing his best. And he's looking fabulous while doing it. That counts for something.
Exactly.
It's just not gonna help them win the game.
Like somebody at Valve should add inside the calculation for win percentages how good the cosmetics look. Should at least count for like 1 or 2% in your odds of winning a game. Single King dives in. They get the scan out behind the tower, so they know that there is at least one hero here, and they will find DNM, scouting him out with the sharpshooter hit as well. Do they have the damage to kill? Well, if you're in this one corner, eating all this thunder, rolling thunder, you can't make you die. But sadly, while that's happening, Nico gets taken out in the mid lane. Pingu and Scourge McDuck, they're like, well, you're taking DNM, I guess, fine. We'll take Nico away. But at the very least, the 5 Rats do also get the tier 1 tower down bottom. So some kind of map control and objective take is still possible for them right now.
And the PL and the Bloodseeker are still fairly close to each other in terms of net worth. So that is nice for the Rats. But at the same time, their puck is really struggling, and there is an Orchid awfully close for Kids.
Gosh. Oh gosh. It might die here though if they get reveal, but there is no reveal at all. My goodness, seeing a perfect move. They get the Dream Coil out onto this Ogre. They won't be able to get the quick turnaround, but the silence coming in onto the puck. Nico caught by the Crippling Fear. At the very least, they do find the ultimate, but Overlord cannot do anything against the Sonic Wave, and they also managed to catch Italiano Gangster. Kits gets a double kill, and they're not done just yet. DNM flapping the wings over Overlord. They've already utilized the big spell. No more GA available, therefore no more salvation for you. 3 heroes fall yet again, and that's the worst one because PL showed up for the fight, got nothing done, died, not even going to be able to finish the Diffusal Blade before they start taking over this map in its entirety for the cut.
And all of the cores for the Rats right now need space on the map. They need farm. And you can't have 3 cores farming at the same time when you're losing. So there just isn't enough space for all of their heroes. They need to make a conscious effort to sacrifice one of them and make sure that at least the other two are gonna have fun.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The sad part is, though, that it's a difficult decision to make no matter what, right? If you decide that Tingle King is the one that gets sacrificed, this Pango, oh, middle, Nico. Well, I think we might have isolated our sacrifice target because the Soul Bird here from the Orchid might get the kill. Beautiful purification, but the Fire Snap cookie and a right click from Kits still takes Nico down. And this Orchid reveal goes perfectly according to plan. Such a big item, and wait, what? Scourge McDuck?
I was gonna commend 5RATFORCESTAFF for sacrificing Nico and making a decision. But then Italiano Gangster also died.
I feel like this is the worst case scenario, right? Because it really doesn't help you at all if Tingle King is getting this farm. Because Bloodseeker just presses R on him and you do nothing anyway. So the two heroes that can't actually be the ones that get sacked in this situation are the ones that get killed in the same 10-second span of each other. Oh god.
There is a blink on Tingle King.
What do they do?
Let's see if they can make some plays happen with that one. There is a coil up as well. There is no rupture. Maybe this is the time. So if they wait, they're just gonna get choked out of this map. Oh, and look at this. Night Stalker is building an Aghanims.
Yep. Starting with it. I mean, you were talking about it in the draft, right? How often the 5RATs lineup needs to be put in a very small area together. Oh, Nico, yet again, bye my friend. Rolling Thunder will come in from Tingle King to try and stop this, but instead he just eats a Rupture and a Sonic Wave to the face. They've already taken out Nico and the Omni Knight. Tingle King dead next. They broke back on Nico though.
Yeah, he doesn't have a TP.
Will end up being able to escape very barely by the skin of his teeth, but Nico? What happened? Why did Nico buy back in this?
I feel like he wanted to TP back to lane, but then realized his TP was on cooldown.
Oh god.
Oh,
DPC,
Gangstar.
he found Italiano Gangster, crippling fear out. They get off the blood right. Will he be able to escape in time? Nope. No TP attempt just yet. He'll doppelganger away. He's still alive. The GA will help for a moment from Overlom. And he's still alive. Dream Coil out of the Scourge McDuck. They've almost killed him. One more right click. They get Scourge McDuck. But they do lose the PL in the process. Tingu trying to get himself away as Tingle King jumping forward. Swashbuckle out onto several targets. They will be able to find both supports now off the cut. DNM does have enough health to flap away. Slowed down by the next Swashbuckle. But they don't have an easy way to fully close the gap onto this Night Stalker. He's got into the trees, flapping away to safety, and he should be fine. So they lose the PL again, but they finally get something going for themselves. A ton of gold in the way of Nico. It's going to allow him at the very least to get closer towards the Yules. And the big ticket item is killing the Bloodseeker. Finally, they get revenge.
And this could very well be the last kill on the Bloodseeker, because he's gonna finish his BKB in the next few minutes, and I have no idea how they're gonna deal with a Bloodseeker with magic immunity running at them. But we'll get there when we get there. First, we have a smoke. Can they kill this Quop?
Let's try. Gets tracked onto a tree. They get the Rolling Thunder out as well. Nice Fire Snap cookie to buy her time and space. They will end up just killing the Ogre because Quop blinks away. The team play is going to be on to get her out of trouble, but somebody has to be the sacrifice, and the cut have no qualms about throwing the Ogre into that grinder.
The Ogre is like the Omni for the cut, just a melee creep that gives him small benefits.
Yeah.
That being said, he does have a Veil, and we've seen him blow up people with multicast, so maybe a creep with decent damage. And a lot of HP actually. Really strong creep, Ogre.
I mean, is he really? If Army Knight is a creep, then is Ogre, like, they can't both be creeps, right? One of them has to just be a hero, even if it's not the most super influential hero, you know, because I feel like the effectiveness of Overlom is very different from the effectiveness that we've seen from Pingu in this game already. Like you mentioned, we've seen him be helpful with the burst. Oh, almost got the bushwhack out of the kits. They need to just leave this area. There's been so many fights around where this dire triangle is, and both teams still content to just stay around this part of the map.
So after a bit of thinking, I feel like the Omni is just a creep, and the Ogre is like a super creep, you know, after you take Rax.
I see. Alright, I can get this comparison. I mean, he even grew a second head, right? To indicate that he's a super creep, so I see what you're getting at.
Radiant's top tower
Smoke
is
now from
under
the gut.
attack.
Smoke gets broken.
Yep. Doesn't have Blink or BKB just yet, so doesn't want to be fully caught out, but we'll be able to find Dark Ascension. They get the silences out with both Orchid and Crippling Fear onto the PL, and the Sonic Wave puts him in the grave. Easy kill there. Sharpshooter will come back onto Pingu. The super creep will die.
Dire's middle
The
tower
5 Rats
is
got
under
something
attack.
out of it, but trading a super creep for a PL, definitely not a worthwhile situation for them. And the cut, very happy with this. And they got the Bloodseeker, the BKB, just arrived as well whilst that fight was taking place. Okay, things are starting to get more and more difficult, harder to kill. The Bloodseeker, because of that kill that he got now, Kit is closer to his own BKB as well. It really does feel like the time in this game where 5 Rats, like their window is shutting where they can do anything early, and then the only chance they have is to try push it past 40 minutes at this point.
Yeah, the problem with the Rat draft is that they put all
No!
of...
Tingle King! He's swashbuckled into the middle of the mid lane in the river. No! Why? Why? Oh my
Poor
god.
Tingle.
That is... that's not good. That's not good.
PL needs to be careful as well. It's gonna be fine for now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So he does get given the Purification as well as the Heavenly Grace to allow him to escape away from the Screen of Pain. And they're also going to clean up the entire Ancient stack that they were preparing to give to this PL to allow him to get back into this game. I mean, we talk about how this PL needs to get late. We haven't even really looked at his net worth here, Wingblade. He has Diffusal, a Yasha might arrive when his Kuya respawns, but he's rock bottom of all the cores in this game. And the way things are going, it doesn't look like it's easy for that situation to change as we have a kill solo. Kits just finds Nico, will try to push out through this mid wave, blows him up all by his lonesome, doesn't even need to commit the Sonic Wave for that to happen.
And it was the dieback as well from Nico. Oh, it feels so bad.
Oh no. Oh no. Game is hard,
And
bro.
even if the PL does get really big, the problem is that the cut has so many ways to deal with a single carry hero. Like if there were multiple threats on 5RATFORCESTAFF, then maybe they would have a chance. But if they just use all of their spells on the PL, there is nothing left. Like there is no damage, no control in these fights. They can just run away.
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under
Just
attack.
walk away. That's a really scary thing, that they can't just have that option of just saying, well, we don't like this, so we're just going to click somewhere else on the map, and there's little you can do about it. And where they want to click now is to find more kills. They want the PL actually. They smoke up. DNM has Dark Ascension. He'll trigger it. Doesn't have Blink, but Doppelganger is not going to do all that much, especially thanks to this Void that will immediately reveal who you are, my friend. Scourge McDuck gets that kill. DNM yet again scouting it out for his team. Oh, this is such a rough game. PL, it's one thing to imagine that they can control you when you have farm, but not really doing anything in this game except providing free gold to the rest of the cut at this point.
Dire
Nico is 2-6, Italiano Gangstar is 2-7. It feels rough.
I mean, at least Single King is 2-3, so there's hope. Nah, I'm kidding. He's waiting for this Lincoln Sphere. Realizes he needs it. He needs so many items. He wanted the Maelstrom, wasn't able to get it early enough. Still building into it. Has Blink Dagger. Wants the Lincoln Sphere as well. It feels like there's so many half measures that were taken, given the dire situation they find themselves in. Italiano not even going to bother with an item before Heart, going straight for it after finishing Yasha. And will he ever get there? Feels a bit dubious if that's ever going to be achievable for him, given how fast the cut are playing on the map. They haven't yet taken a Roshan, yo, so we're not going to see them try to siege the high ground just yet. It feels like it's only a matter of time before they feel strong enough that they might not even need that Roach in order to make that kind of high ground jump.
And even if the PL does get a hit, he's gonna have like 2k HP. And I don't think the cut is gonna be lacking the damage even then.
So
Cool pass a
what
BKB as
is
well.
there
Radiant
what can they do actually right now for the side of the 5RATs? Because you were mentioning, of course, in the previous game that nothing's ever out of bounds of possibility in Dota 2. Even if it is a weird scenario. Oh, wait. Oh, Nico, no. Thankfully, does manage to juke in the trees this time, so will not get burst down by Kits. Very well done by this puck. And he TP's out. Crucially, the reason he's so happy about surviving is now he finally has BKB. Crippling Fear won't be that big of an issue on him anymore. He can do stuff in the fight without having to throw in one spell and immediately try run away. And he also won't be really affected too much by this Orchid Silence, which I think has been such a death knell for him half the time. Finally has options here, Wingblade. Rest of the team not so lucky because Overlom getting chased down right now by DNM. They also get this wrong Silence out onto this PL. Guardian Angel was there. They are managing to save him though with the Purifier. Now they turn. Waning Rift went back onto the Nice Worker. They snap the Dream Coil on the high ground and they won't be able to find the kill onto DNM. Revenge finally being picked up by the 5RATs. They catch on Pingu with this Bushwhack, easily able to clean him up. Some Morty's Kisses will emerge from further up in the fight. Not able to find the target, but here comes the Bloodseeker hunting down Nico. Able to catch him in the trees. The BKB duration was over, so the protection was finished, and the puck, it gets finished. 2-for-1 exchange. The cut definitely end up losing gold in that situation. So for the first time in a long time, 5RATs feeling like they come out better in an engagement than the side of the cut right now.
They committed a lot on the PL, but not everything. If there was a rupture there, I feel like PL would have gone down, but Bloodseeker was just slightly too far away, and in these kind of situations where it's a half commitment, Omni Knight feels okay. I mean, that Guardian Angel actually did something, which is pretty great.
Okay. Hear me out. So, Scourge McDuck, who's inside the Roshan pit right now, you know, he was saying that he couldn't get close enough with the range for Rupture. Did Guardian Angel do the trick there, or was it Degen Aura that prevented him from getting close enough?
Maybe it was just the intimidation factor. He didn't dare a step closer, because then he would have been slowed by 14%. Oh, the humanity.
It's just too big a number, man. It's double of 7, and 7, you know, we all know 7 is a very lucky number. So Overlom, nah, not happy about losing out on the Aegis, but they're still happy that they kept the PL alive. Bloodseeker now has Aegis. Certainly hasn't been having a difficult game by any stretch of the imagination before this. Also has access to this Aghanim Shard, so this is going to be a lot of extra damage coming in from Scourge McDuck, especially the fact that he's getting this before the heart arrives. You were mentioning that Shaw is not going to increase his overall HP by all that much, but he's still going to pay for having that big of a relative increase for himself once the shard is operational now for the Bloodseeker.
I love the drive-by by Tingle King. He just popped the ulti, saw Quop TP in, and just rolled straight away. It was like, nope.
I don't want any of this smoke. None of this smoke. But it's actually really funny that Tingle King was picked in the first phase for this Pangolier, and they picked up Bloodseeker in the first phase to counter him. But somehow he's the only hero on Dire side in the top 3. And it feels like he's actually eaten the least amount of ruptures, funnily enough, despite the fact that it's custom built for him. But I suppose you don't have to use ruptures on him if you know that he's just not going to use his spell for fear of that counter immediately happening from the Bloodseeker.
And he's going for a basher now as well. I mean, this Pongo is doing reasonably well. That being said, shutting down the Pongo hasn't been a priority for the cut, because they know that if he ever becomes a problem, you start rupturing him again. And then he's once again back to being irrelevant.
Tingle King might get scouted here. They see him. They got the Rupture out onto Nico though.
That's
they really want this puck, and this puck is going to die. A lot of damage in a very short span of time. No puck available. In the meantime though, Tingle King is creating a lot of chaos on the back end of the fight, not allowing the rest of the team to be able to follow Scourge McDuck into the base, but he is unconcerned about whether or not the team is with him. Just runs down this Hoodwink. They claim the additional kill. It's a double for the Bloodseeker. Now they can set up for the tier 2 tower. At the same time, they track back to find the Tingle King. They won't allow him to leave. They get the kill, and they throw in the tip as well while they're at it. The disrespect Wingblade to show dominance after finishing the kill off. Aim is hard, and they're not done.
Gangstar.
Italiano, no. AoE Void is gonna catch him. No TP out for you. Crippling Fear means no doppelganger for you. And with the Queen of Pain showing up, it means no more life for you. Another kill, another death on the PL. Another situation where the cut get themselves ahead.
Dire's middle
And
tower
despite
is
not
under
having themselves the entire team around him, they don't even need it anymore. These heroes are so strong that 2 or 3 of them can take care of the strongest heroes on the side of the 5RAT, no problem. And with this Aegis, there's no reason not to utilize this to try and push at least for the tier 3 tower.
I mean, PL skipped the previous fight to try and finish his height, and then he waited for his team to die and then still got picked off. That's like the worst of both worlds.
Dire's bottom tower
Okay,
is
so
under attack.
Titan Sliver out on Scourge McDuck. They need, what do they need, right, for the side of the 5RAT in terms of items? Is there any, what's the item that comes next for the PL after the start? It's still probably going to take way too long to arrive, but is there anything he can do? Like that he can buy once that'll help him in these engagements? Or is he just landlocked into trying to stall out until 60 minutes plus at this point?
Dire's bottom tower is
Manta is gonna help a lot with clearing the silences. I mean, most of the silences, of course, doesn't really do anything against Night
Radiant's
Stalker.
top tower is under attack.
But it's gonna help a little bit, and then once he gets his Skadi, I feel like he's gonna be in a position where he can actually fight. But that is still quite far away, because he's 8k net worth behind the Bloodseeker. And that's a lot of money.
It's not an insignificant amount of gold. It's more gold than the Snapfire has and the Ogre has. It's just huge heapings of net worth that he needs to recover here. Bloodseeker in the meantime, you know, at the top of the pile. Shard, Manta, BKB, Maelstrom, building Butterfly. Definitely completely unencumbered, and you were mentioning the first time that he died, Scourge McDuck, you were like, that is going to be the last, and with this itemization, that prediction certainly seems like it's going to come true. For Italiano Gangster though, okay, yo,
Radiant's
very
top
clutch
tower
CP
is
because
under
the Giant
attack.
was onto him, knew exactly what was up in that position, almost finding himself losing his life on the PL, but gets out at the last second. Finally enough gold now that the heart is about to come out. Been a long time coming for Italiano Gangster, but at the very least does have it. Still at the bottom of the pile of net worth in his team, but at least some signs of life at this point in time for him. Look at this now, Kids. Trying to make the jump onto Overlord. Did get immediately bushwhacked and hit with the Swashbuckle Basher. Italiano, hard picked up, trying to get back inside the base. Single King will do his utmost to try and zone back all of these heroes with the Swashbuckle. Kind of funny to me how many times he's always able to find some random way to keep this high ground alive. Just with the craziest of plays. This time around, it's going to be the Swashbuckle Bash. Last time it was the Aghanim's on this Tidehunter. Oh, top lane. Nico almost died here. Literally blinked away at the very last second before his opponents caught up.
That's the Nico experience, isn't it?
Nico is just very entertaining to watch, honestly.
Yep.
He's died 8 times in this game, but very few of those deaths have been boring. Now
Oh,
he is
Italiano
forcing the
Gangsta
top lane
gets
out.
ruptured. And
he's
just TP's
TP'd
out. Power move.
Yep.
Radiant's top
Dominance,
tower is
man.
under attack.
Like, what are you gonna do?
Radiant structure.
But
I
a
love
heart
that
now,
even
man.
though they're getting completely destroyed, 5RATFORCESTAFF is still going for swaggy plays. That's the way it
Look
should
at
be.
Nico, who might die here in this lane though. Shadow Blast will be there. Fire Snap Cookie. Do they find this follow-up? The Blink. Which direction? Which direction? Are we getting out? Are we gonna survive? Yes, we are. Dude, Nico, what a player. But at the same time, a fight is starting around Kids. And the support wants here to back these heroes up. DNM goes in with the BKB though, finds Overlord. But now that there's no
Kids?
BKB on the Kids, Italiano finally can have impact against the Queen of Pain. They do get the kill, but it might come at a heavy cost as Bloodseeker has so much damage. Takes out Italiano Gangster early on. They do bring down DNM as well. 2 big cores removed from play. With this buyback from Overlord, he can supply some additional heals to make sure nobody else dies in his lineup. Alright, alright. So Nico, the plays that he was making in the top lane wasn't just to try to draw back heroes, but for them to set up for plays later on. And they finally get both Kits and DNM, the two biggest thorns in their side at this point.
Yeah, don't doubt Nico. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's like, I'm gonna get caught here, but only partially, force 2 supports, and then take a good fight in the mid lane. That's how you do it.
Hashtag calculated, I believe is the refrain. Nico, now he is close to this Roshan pip. If he goes in the next 5 seconds, he will scout
Oh my
around.
god, Nico.
Went in for the
My blood pressure.
Nico guy. What a player. He went in very far forward, but here comes Single King. They find the stun onto Bloodseeker with the Bushwhack. Will they actually have the damage? Sharpshooter hittles out as well. Scourge McDuck might actually die here, trying to run away, but he can't. Gets taken down, and Nico set it all up for them. Now they're following it up onto the Ogre Magi, who dies as well. No buyback for Nico, so that means the path to Roshan is open.
I cannot believe this. Oh my god. The Bloodseeker even had like 3 seconds left on his BKB. It all fits so perfectly together for a 5RATFORCESTAFF. I'm not sure how they're doing this, if this is actually calculated or just dumb luck, but they're doing it.
They are doing it. It was at some point, not that long ago. 17k gold lead, but it has dipped down dramatically from that massive peak. And you're slowly but surely seeing the 5RATs get what they need. And look at this. The key kill onto Scourge McDuck. The Bloodseeker. 3 seconds until BKB. They can't stop it. Fortunately for them, they haven't really gone into the Roshan pit just yet for the 5RATs. But they smoke up right now. There's somebody on the team probably like, wait a second. Shouldn't we be in the pit? Shouldn't we try to get the big man? But there's still a tier 1 tower middle. Somehow 35 minutes into the game. So they really don't want to go for a fight, knowing how easy it would be for the cut to immediately stream into this side of the map.
Oh goodness, Ogre even bought a Midas. Oh, Nico, please.
Nico, he's fine because he has BKB. He's okay. Oh no, wait. Okay, Jaunt didn't take him to the best place possible. The BKB is about to expire. He needs help. He needs it now. Will he get out of here before the next crippling fear? 3 seconds out. Jaunt away. Waiting Rift up. Blink available in a second. And he's going to be okay. The same might not be true though if Italiano Gangster only has a heart. No BKB. Gonna attempt to TP out in their faces. But Pingu says no. And Kit will solidify that no by exclamating it with the Sonic Wave. They do get that kill. Nico always survives these situations, but you know, the team always doesn't, sadly. And this time around, the PL is the one to pay the heavy price for that one.
I feel like Nico could have just BKB TP'd. Because he had a TP ready and they don't have any ways to cure his BKB. But then he didn't, and he kind of baited his own teammate into death. I feel like a lot of players in the chat can probably relate.
Yeah. We've all been there in that situation, and now a potential earlier Roshan that they could have picked up for the 5RATs gets taken away from them due to these plays. Aghanim Shard onto Kits, Aghanim, all these Aegis of the Immortal onto Scourge McDuck. I really thought that 5RATs were going to get some more off the map, but well, Nico giveth, but Nico also taketh away.
Yep. He doesn't abide by conventional rules.
Nope. Plays his own style. He lives on the edge, and DNM, oh no, gets on him again. We've seen this movie before, but now there's no mana for TP, no mana for Waning Rift, no mana for Elusio. Finally has enough of it, and BKB. There's no way Italiano Gangster is not clicking on him and being like, seriously, bro? Now you do this in the same place on the map? You could have done this last time? Gotta love Nico. Awesome player. We love to see it.
Yeah, I am definitely Team Nico.
Nico is the one. Nico is the one. He's bought his team so much time and space. Sure, they might not be necessarily back in this winning position, but if we consider just how dominant the cut have been, the fact that he's brought them into any kind of situation is just miraculous in its own right. I mean, even these supports. Look at Giant. Giant's about to crack level 20 on the Snapfire. So big. The super creep of Pingu about to hit level 18. Down bottom, Scourge McDuck is already 25. DNM is 21. With Blink, BKB, Jam, Ags. There's so much that if you just looked on paper, you'd think, yeah, the cut might have been able to just put this game to bed already, but random plays, but like what Nico's doing is somehow keeping this game still in tow for them, slowly but surely.
And Pingu, he is gonna pick up a Hex in like 1500 gold. So I am fully ready for the 4 times multicast Scythe of Ice.
Okay, Wingblade, right? Surely by the time he gets to that Hex, he can be upgraded to being a real hero, not just a super creep. Or does
think
he
so.
just become a mega creep then?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, it's getting awfully close to being an actual hero.
Alright,
But
so
don't
let's
quote
say
me
he
on
gets the Sheepstick plus level 20 should make him an actual hero. Sadly, Italiano Gangster is never going to be allowed to be a hero in this game. Yet again gagged, yet again caught, yet again Sonic waved, yet again killed. 11 deaths on the PL. This was supposed to be your win condition. This was your 10th pick in the game. And he's just getting absolutely mauled right now by the side of the cut. Very difficult to play. But given the success we've seen from Puck just TPing out whenever that happens underneath BKB, do you think that PL might have been better off trying to make that investment?
I am so worried right now for Nico.
Nico,
No!
he's fine, dude. No, he's fine. It's Nico. It's fine. It's fine, Wingblade. Have faith. Don't question Nico.
My poor heart. I'm not sure how much longer I can deal with this game.
Oh, this is such an entertaining series. Such an entertaining matchup between these two squads. The qualified upstart versus the old Division 1 team trying to get back in. 40 minutes into this one. And the cut, despite having a massive gold lead, massive experience lead, still struggling to truly break the base and go up the hill. But they want to make their attempt now. Scourge McDuck is like, I've got 2 minutes with Aegis. It is finally time. Let's see how far they can get your Wingblade. They don't have the easiest siege potential, which is a massive drawback to their lineup. And there's a lot of easy ways for the 5 rats to clear out these creeps as well. So this feels like it might take a while.
Tower is under attack.
Once again, there is a lot of deep push and
Oh! Look at the damage that Scourge McDuck took. Look at Nico! He got 5, baby! Alright, push over. Push over. It's done. Gotta go home now.
oh my goodness. Even with the 19k lead, they just can't push. And I'm not sure what you do against this. I guess you wait for the next Roche? Like wait another 5 minutes? Or you need to find another pick-off on the PL, but the PL isn't even that essential for depushing. I guess you could just commit BKBs and hit towers? That could work.
Problem is they still have to deal with the swashbuckle hits. And these bash maelstroms have been proving a bit problematic. BKB protect you against one, but not necessarily the other. And we see, I love to see this from Italiano Gangster. I'm glad it took a bit longer for my liking, but I'm glad he has decided to queue up this BKB. The magic immunity, gonna help out so much. There've been so many situations where it's just DNM on him, and if he had BKB, he would survive. But now we'll have that available. Well, not right now, but soon. Unfortunately, it will come after the Abyssal Blade for Scourge McDuck, so this Bloodseeker having a very big peak for himself, feeling crazy strong. Even prepared to keep a Witchbait on himself, so he has a lot of percent-based increases to his damage output right now for the Bloodseeker.
Not sure if I like the Witchbane in this game that much, because the mana pools are not crazy high. I mean, it still deals like between 40 and 60 damage, so I guess it's not too bad with the Dispel as well. Let's see.
Gangster gets a Stormcrafter. What cool neutral items actually do we have for the 5 rats? I mean, a Penta Edge Sword is decent enough. No, wait, that's the wrong team. So we have a Witchbane, a Stormcrafter, and a Telescope. I mean, Telescope does seem very, very decent for this game. So who do they give that to? We definitely want to keep the Quickening Charm on Puck, but speaking of Puck, they need to run. Blink coming in. It's DNM, baby. There's no BKB on the Single King, but they do have buyback, so It's not that big of a deal. It sucks, it's awful, but we've seen before that as long as he does have buyback committed to use and is prepared to come back in, they shouldn't be able to come up the hill. And he might need to queue up a BKB of his own after he finishes this Abyssal Blade, just to make sure that that play is not available to the side of the
Radiant's
cut
bottom
anymore.
tower is under attack.
I would love to see a BKB at some point on the Pango, because he has all of these items, but you can see Night Stalker just blinks on top of him and he dies.
Okay, BKB up now with the Rupture. Italiano Gangster does have a way out. BKB putting damage back onto DNM. Get the GA out too. And we had a lot of damage from this Illusory Orb flying back onto both Giant and DNM. So they will decide against committing too far forward for this. And somehow, Wingblade. Again, I have no idea how many times I've said this today, but 5RATFORCESTAFF have held this high ground. Still, the gold graph is even more steep than it was a few minutes ago. It's a 22k lead. They have a deficit of 20 overall levels, 12% win probability for them, so they're massively far behind, but somehow this game's just not over. It will never end. We're gonna be here for a while at this point.
I mean, once a game hits 70 minutes or something, the winner is always 50-50, because it's gonna depend on some dumb play of someone not having buyback, and that can happen to anyone. So if they just hold on for another 26 minutes, they're gonna be fine.
Just another 26 minutes. It should be easy. I mean, I was memeing earlier when we were talking about Italiano Gangster having to wait for 60 plus, but turns out they were very serious about this on the side of the 5RATs. They will, at this point in time, be concerned primarily with farming the cut. We'll have to secure the area around this Roshan. They are now looking at this game and seeing, well, we can't really go high ground until we have the next stages, so let's make sure that we aren't losing out on this area of the map. The big man might be back in 25 seconds, probably going to be a little bit longer than that. The last respawn was fairly short, but the cut, yet again, going to go smoke out. They found a lot of success with the smoke move to get killed, not necessarily translating into success on the high ground, but does seem a necessary precondition to at least reduce their numbers before you go for their jugular. Unfortunately, the hero they come across has BKB. He's fine. Italiano Gangster does get jumped on, doesn't want to use the BKB just yet. He holds on to it a little bit too long, so he's going to get hit with the Abyssal Blade, Rupture, everything. So now they get the kill. Rupture now onto Tingle King. Can he get away? Rolling Thunder going to do too much damage. He dies as well on the backside of things. The Sonic Wave helped them to kill Overlom as well. 3 heroes were taken out. I might have just cost us curse the 5RATs, because unfortunately, off the kill on the PL, now they're finally losing their first tier 3 tower and potentially their first lane of racks.
And the game has officially started now. We've lost a set of racks. And PL doesn't have buyback. Of course, it wasn't like PL was doing a lot in these fights anyways. But still. Roche is up as well.
There's no reason just not to go in and take this, right? With PL being gone, down and out, especially with how quickly this Bloodseeker dishes out damage. They just might not know it's there. He's heading top. He wants to find Nico. And
Nico doesn't have a TP.
Inside the trees. Doesn't have TP. Does have Blink though. They know he's here. Will they be able to find him? Scourge McDuck looking. They're searching. He will come close. Oh, I think he knew, but it's too late. Nico's fine. Nico's fine.
DNM.
Is he? Nico's fine. Nico's fine. I don't know why I'm having a lack of faith here. Nico's okay.
You're totally fine. Nothing to be worried about. Whew.
Still a stressful game, despite them being a racks up. I mean, you take a melee racks, 45 minutes in the game when you're already like 25k plus on gold. It doesn't feel like it's that big of an advantage given to you. However, if you can secure the second and third off the basis of this Aegis, it could really make a difference. Especially now, look at the attack speed from Kids. Did you see how hard and quick he was hitting? Bloodlust from Pingu, the Bloodborne attack speed, Mjolnir attack speed, Sanj and Kaya as well for the damage. And he's just going like a freaking turret, machine gun quap being played right now by Kids in this mid lane.
And he has 2 BKBs and 2 Sonic Waves as well. So if he doesn't get bursted, he's gonna have a huge amount of impact in these fights.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now they're coming in. The only time they've been able to make these pushes happen is when they first get a pick off. This time around, 5RATs already positioned for the defense, so will not oblige them to give them the opportunity for a pick-off. Lots and lots of spam from afar. With the Lucio swashbuckles. And they're gonna be able to really frustrate this put from the Kush. And they actually back off. The Cut's probably just gonna wait until they can find somebody else wandering outside the base. Or maybe they'll just go in through bottom for the easier way to secure this range. The range of racks. But as it stands right now, it does kind of feel like 5RATs, surprisingly enough, are at their strongest when they just parked on this high ground. Not moving down, just slowly spamming out these spells. And complicating life for the Cut.
And with no commitment, they take like 1600 damage to a Bloodseeker. Oh. How do you push into this? I'm not even sure. And I'm supposed to be the analyst.
What's it? Give us the answers here, Wingblade.
I just have questions. I have so many questions, Snare.
Oh, this game certainly going to be one for the books. I imagine both of these teams, when they play out the rest of this league, this opening game for them is certainly going to be sticking in their minds for just how close it's all come. In the top lane, kids will go in. There's going to be a Dream Coil out. BKB will be there, but this is Ash Dream Coil, so you definitely don't want to move. But they're just happy. Just sit there. Machine gun right clicks from the Quap's going to be enough to take range racks. Will they get more? Bushwhack out. He's a very unpalatable target though. With DNM. Now also activates the Dark Ascension. Rolling Thunder will come in. Tingle King, they want to go in onto the Bloodseeker. Bushwhack with Sharpshooter. They've taken away this Aegis Light. Sonic Wave will come in onto Overlord. They've eviscerated the army. But nobody else is really dead right now. Italiano Gangster, BKB active. There's going to be an Abyssal from Scourge McDuck, but he's still alive on the PL. Finally takes some tumble. The Giant threw in the Morty's Kisses, and without buyback, there's no defense possible. They finally take the lane of Rack's top, and they're looking for the Jugular Wingblade. They want to end this. They are tired of this fight. They jump back in onto Nico. Nico finally dies after so many attempts. Does buyback instantly. Tingle King able to roll away. Didn't get ruptured this time around, so he will stay alive. Between these two heroes, can they delay this game? I don't think so. They need the PL, they need the Omni. Neither of them up for at least 30 seconds. And Wingblade, I think we finally cracked the code here. The Cut. Will they kill Tingle King? I don't see how he survives this. He's doing his best. They ignore him for now. Going back onto B-God. Gets taken out in a hurry. It is death. Does buy back though, and they go in for a kill onto this Ogre. Nice silence going back onto the Tingle King. Sharpshooter hit, connecting onto DNM. Fire Snap quickly will keep him alive, but Tingle King goes in on the swashbuckle stun, and they do get the kill on the Giant. It almost kills Tingle King. He gets off the roll. They might turn back onto the Queen of Pain. The swashbuckle hit will prevent her from blinking forward, but that just makes the target the Pango. 2 minutes in the grave, no buyback. Park is still alive. We still have 20 seconds before Italiano Gangster is back. And whether he likes it or not though, he's gonna have to wait this one out. They lift, decline delay. DNM still in the corner. He's waiting for a chance to jump back in. Nico trying to buy space. Nico getting hexed, and here goes DNM. It's gonna be a dieback. And Italiano Gangster comes back. He's all alone. Nobody can help him. He's trying to tell them to say hello to his little friend, but nobody's answering. It's over, it's done, it's GG. The Cut, after 51 minutes in Game 3, they've finally done it. They've taken the game. They've made the series their own. They break the base at last. Woo! What a conclusion and